Shipping to Alaska is a whole different game compared to shipping to the lower 48 states. Why is that? Well, Alaska has a massive size, geographic isolation, sparse population, and harsh weather conditions make it actually unique shipping destination. You can just put something on a truck and expect it to arrive in a few days. Alaska presents a logistical puzzle that requires special handling and strategic planning. In this guide, we're going to break down everything you need to know. How shipping to Alaska works, what transportation modes are used, what costs you should anticipate, and tips for successful delivery. Whether you're a business owner, a freight forwarder, or simply someone sending a package to family, this video will help you better understand how to ship to the last frontier. Why shipping to Alaska is so unique. Let us begin by understanding why Alaska stands out from the rest of the United States in terms of shipping challenges. Size and location. Alaska is the largest state by land area, spanning over 660,000 square miles, but it is not connected to the rest of the continental U.S. In fact, it is separated from the lower 48 states by Canada and over 1,200 miles of rugged terrain and ocean. This means that almost all shipments must travel much farther and pass through international or maritime routes just to get to Alaska. That already adds time, cost, and complexity. Remote communities. Over 80% of Alaska's towns and villages have no road access. That is right, no highways or interstates connect them to major cities. Small aircraft and marine vessels are often the only lifelines. Take Nome or Bethel as an example. These towns cannot be accessed by car from the mainland and are especially isolated during the winter months. This isolation demands creative logistics solutions. Harsh weather conditions. Alaska's weather can be brutal, with freezing temperatures, blizzards, and icy roads being common from October through April. Even in summer, unpredictable storms can disrupt transportation. This isn't just inconvenient, it can be dangerous and costly. Flights are delayed, sea routes are blocked, and roads are impassable. All of these factors must be considered when arranging freight shipments. Limited infrastructure. Unlike densely populated states, Alaska has very limited infrastructure. There are only a few major highways, seaports, and airports. Cities like Anchorage and Fairbanks serve as main hubs, but goods destined for rural areas often require several handoffs between different modes of transportation. This chain of transfers increases not only cost but also the potential for delays or cargo damage, higher costs, and delivery risks. Let us face it, shipping to Alaska is expensive. Between long distances, weather risks, and logistical challenges, costs go up quickly. There may also be additional charges for fuel, remote delivery, and cold weather handling. And if your shipment is time-sensitive or perishable, it is crucial to consider shipping insurance to protect against delays or loss. Modes of transportation to Alaska. Now let's talk about how things actually get to Alaska. In most cases, shipping involves multiple methods. 1. Air freight. Air freight is the fastest method. Cargo planes can fly into major cities and some remote locations. Pros: fast delivery even to isolated areas. Cons: very expensive with weight and space limits. Weather-related delays are common. 2. Ocean freight. If you're shipping large items like vehicles, construction equipment, or oversized cargo, sea freight is the most economical choice. Vessels depart from ports like Seattle or Tacoma and head to Alaskan ports such as Anchorage or Dutch Harbor. Pros: a lower cost per pound for heavy shipments. Cons: takes longer, generally 1 to 3 weeks depending on conditions. International cargo from places like China usually first arrives at Amarillo Port in the U.S. before being transferred to Alaska, adding more time to the journey. 3. Ground transport. Limited to areas that are connected by road such as Anchorage to Fairbanks or along the Kenai Peninsula. Pros: reliable for intrastate shipping. Cons: many places can't be accessed by road at all. 4. Multimodal shipping. This is the most common setup for Alaska. A shipment might travel by sea from China to Seattle, then be flown to Anchorage, and finally delivered by truck or boat to Elmwood Village. Pros: versatile and comprehensive. Cons: requires expert coordination. Logistics planning. What to expect shipping to Alaska isn't a set it and forget it process. You'll need a well thought out plan. Here is what to prepare for. 1. Route planning. Each destination needs a custom route. A coastal village may require boat delivery. In an emergency, a remote clinic may need medical supplies airlifted in. 2. Longer transit times. Don't expect next day delivery, while a shipment from California to New York may take 2 or 3 days. That same shipment to Elmwood part of Alaska could take up to 2 weeks, especially in winter. For international shipments, add even more time. Customs clearance, transloading, and weather delays all add days to the schedule. 3. Relying on local carriers. Local delivery companies are key. They know the terrain, the communities, and how to navigate local conditions. Don't underestimate the value of their experience. 4. Seasonal access only. Some routes are only available at certain times of the year. For instance, ice roads form during the winter and are used to reach otherwise inaccessible ice. But in warmer months, these same routes are closed and alternatives must be arranged. What does it cost to ship to Alaska? Let us break it down. Main cost drivers. Distance. Alaska is far from most U.S. warehouses. Transport method. Air freight is the most expensive, while ocean freight is more affordable but slower. Weight and size. Bigger and heavier shipments cost more. Destination. Remote areas cost significantly more to reach. As a rough estimate, shipping a 40-foot container from China to Alaska via sea freight can cost between $12,000 and $17,000 US dollars, depending on the season. Carrier options. USPS, great for small packages. Flat rate boxes are budget-friendly. FedEx and UPS, reliable but costly for rural zones. Freight forwarders, best for large shipments or B2B cargo. Extra fees to watch, expect to pay for. Fuel surcharges, remote delivery charges. In-transit bonds for Canadian routes. Customs documentation. How to save on shipping. Consolidate multiple shipments into one. Use flat rate boxes where possible. Ship early to avoid rush charges. Always compare quotes from multiple carriers. Tips to optimize your Alaska freight shipping. Let us wrap up with some actionable tips. Use experienced forwarders. Partner with freight companies that specialize in Alaska. They know the paperwork, the weather, and the best routes. If your provider has never shipped to Alaska, you're taking a big risk. Pack smart. Use weatherproof, durable packaging. Insulate items against moisture and cold. Fragile items should be double boxed or cushy and with shock-absorbing material. Track and communicate. Use carriers that offer real-time tracking. Keep in touch with your logistics provider, especially for critical shipments. Plan for disruptions. Snowstorms, delays, or cancellations can strike at any time. Always build in buffer days and have a contingency plan. Shipping to Alaska may not be easy, but it is far from impossible. With the right knowledge, partners, and preparation, you can move goods to even the most remote areas of the state with confidence.